Three consideration for power analysis. Simple sampling population. So there are three types that has the power analysis. First is simple sampling, appropriate sample, and compensation. General sample size calculation assume a normal bell curve shape population distribution. Complex studies and designs such as stratified random sampling must take variations of subpopulations into account. Otherwise, variabilities of population cannot be assumed. Next is appropriate sample size. The type of statistical analysis will dictate the sample size needed. Descriptive statistics only require a reasonable sample size. However, multiple regression, ANOVA, or a longer linear analysis may require large sample size. There may also be need for a comparative analysis within subgroups in the testing group. So much bigger sample is required. Compensation for error rate. The sample size does not have to just meet the requirements, but they must be sufficient to account for people that the researcher has to remove from the sample. This could be due to some of the samples being extreme outliers, not completing the experiment correctly, or errors in recording outcomes. Many researchers add a 25% buffer to their sample size to account for this. How this power analysis is used in business? What do you think? Funding agencies, research review boards, ethics panel will often request a power analysis. For instance, if a skincare company does experiments to ensure the safety of their product, the power analysis is needed to ensure the experiment is informative and achieves its purpose. Many businesses conduct experiments constantly for their own internal purposes too. For instance, streaming providers are constantly trying new features and testing on live customers. If enough users like the features enough, they are implemented and roll out to users. This is fantastic for helping to avoid consumer churn and making sure customers are happy. However, it is not as simple as trying the new feature on people and then implementing it. If more than half of the tested people like it, you need to take into account range of factors like geographic distribution, demographic testing, and the range of other differences. But you also do not want to test 1 million people if only 100 are needed. It is expensive. Power analysis allows a company to assess the sample size needed and only spend the time and money needed to ensure the correct responses.